What's up guys? Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I actually was reviewing my past trip videos and I wanted to share with you this trip that I did in September 2019 where I went to Algonquin Park, specifically with going to Rain Lake. Algonquin is certainly one of the more, if not I want to say the most famous ones, so it's always important to kind of book ahead of time. We arrived at the camp permit office to pick up our permit. Here's a short look at our actual route. We decided to take a very easy route this time and only do one small portage. We are only going for 2 nights, 3 day, 2 nights. So there we just picked up our canoe. We paid for our canoe fees. We went to the access point and took our rental canoes and we're off. September is really one of my favorite time of year to go camping because it's almost the end of bug season. We passed by some campers that were trying to use their tent as like a sail. So after arriving at our site, it's time to set up the tent. I do want to say that with Algonquin, you don't actually reserve a particular campsite. So you reserve a campsite in the lake area, and then once you get there, you have to kind of find an unoccupied site, which is not my favorite way to go camping because I feel that it adds a little additional layer of stress to try to find an open site. For dinner the first night, we made Japanese curry chicken. It's very easy to make. In terms of firewood, you can either pick some up from the camp permit office or the outfitters, or you can actually get them at the campsite. Really important that you only take the logs that have fallen down and you never want to cut down any live trees. Even though I am not a huge s'mores fan, I think it's important to at least have it once at camp, just for symbolic reasons. And that's pretty much it for the first day. At the end of the day, we always put away our food and make sure we hang everything up so we don't attract bears. So kind of moving on to the next day, the plan today is to go from Rain Lake into Sawyer Lake, which includes a very short portage. We woke up early in the morning and enjoyed the sunrise. It's gorgeous. For breakfast, we had scrambled eggs and sausage patties and bacon and hash brown, and of course we can't forget our coffee. We have a BioLite stove set which actually uses little twigs as fuel, and I find that it's a little bit more work, but it is fun to do. So after we had breakfast, we kind of packed up our camp, cleared everything out, make sure we leave absolutely no garbage or footbits left, and we packed up our tents. And we're off to go continue our exploration. It's about a 300-meter portage to get to Sawyer Lake. And there's already a bit of a traffic jam because, of course, we didn't follow the cardinal rule and went on a long weekend along with pretty much everyone else in Ontario. After a quick portage, we are back on the lake and we are now at Sawyer Lake, and it was much easier to find a campsite this time. We just spent the rest of the afternoon enjoying the serenity and quietness of the area, and for dinner we had corn with leftover bacon bits, and then we also made steak. Around dusk is probably my favorite time of the day because you see the different color layers in the sky, and it's beyond words. That was the frog. We had a pretty peaceful sleep, and then the following day is also our last day at the park. We woke up and kind of usual had breakfast. It was a little chilly that day, but that's not unusual early in the morning before the sun is out. For breakfast, we had eggs and spam and some of our leftover steak from the night before. After breakfast, it's time to pack up camp. We also saw a couple of paddlers kind of paddling by the lake. It's really important to also make sure you burn everything that you have, that you leave absolutely nothing behind. You either take it with you back out or you burn it off. That's really important to ensure that you don't attract bears for the other campers that are coming in. And with that, we paddled out and we're just basically do the exact same route, but the other way around and going from Sawyer back to Rain Lake and then back to our car and then back home. It was overcast the entire day, so it was actually quite cold being out in the water. But at least it's still early September, so it wasn't too cold, but it was definitely not as nice as when we paddled in. Started drizzling towards the end of our trip, but it was actually quite nice. I love the sound of rain. So that was it. That was our 3-day quick camping trip. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Bye.